Hey y'all, thanks for joining me today. We'll get right to it, and your friends matter. That's the title today, and who the friends you have matter. And just bear with me today. This is really good. Excuse me. So we're in Luke chapter 5, verses 18 and 19. Then behold, men brought on a bed a man who was paralyzed, whom they sought to bring in and lay before him. And when they could not find out how they might bring him in because of the crowd, they went up on the housetop and let him down with his bed through the tiling into the midst before Jesus. So Jesus was in this house. There were people gathered up outside everywhere, and these guys had a friend, and he was paralyzed. He was on the sick bed, literally on a mat, and they're like, we can't get him in there. These friends went on top of a house and let him down through the top of the house and put him right before Jesus. And that image is just like they physically did that. And all we need to do is spiritually do that. Like seriously, like they physically climbed to the top of a house and let him down through the ceiling and put him at the feet of Jesus. And, we have friends that we go shopping with. We have friends that we go out to eat with, friends we talk on the phone with. And then we have friends that will pray the paint off the walls for us. And if you find all of that in one person, that is the biggest blessing ever. It really, truly is, because that's a hard thing to find. It really is. But you need to have friends that can put you at the feet of Jesus. And I know we hear that all the time, and people say it so much it's almost become very cliche. But when you're in the darkest times, when you're going through spiritual warfare, when you're going through a death in the family, when you're going through financial troubles at work, troubles within your home, when you're just going through a hard time and you're on your knees praying and you need someone you can talk to, you need to have a friend like that. And now I will caution you, because I have dealt with this a lot. You have to pray for discernment. It is very important, because a lot of times people will show up and they'll seem like the best friend you ever had. Like, oh, I've been praying for someone like this. And you can do all the things, but they're really a wolf in sheep's clothing. The devil has sent them to destroy you spiritually. They might have sent them to destroy you publicly. Whatever. He might have sent them. But you have to be very careful. And, I say this to everyone, if you're praying for discernment, you have got to pray for the godly wisdom to help you to know what to do with discernment. Because when you have discernment, you're going to feel something's off. And everybody's different. Everybody has a different reaction. But my initial thing, if I am with someone and, if we're talking, or they come up and start talking to me, or we pass each other in the hallway or something like that, and something don't feel right, my first thought is, no, keep them away from me. But God doesn't give you the gift of discernment so you can shun everyone. Now, we are to shun evil, but maybe he wants you to pray for them. Maybe, now that doesn't mean like wrap yourself up in their problems. Don't do that. That's, discernment helps you so you don't do things like that. But it starts small. It starts with little comments that are detrimental to your spirit. You have to be careful. And it's hard to explain, because it's a God thing. It really is. I'm sure there are people out there that can explain it wonderfully. I am not one of those people. But you have to pray for discernment, because without it, you will get wrapped up in some things you don't need to be in, and it can destroy you. It seriously can, and it takes a long time to come back from things like that. But, and the word says in Proverbs 18:24, I got it right here. Again, look in the description for the written devotional. It has scripture references, and those are very important. I mean, even if you don't read the whole devotion, if you don't want to read the devotion, that's fine. You don't want to listen to me, that's fine. But go read the scriptures that kind of goes along with this and let God speak to you. I mean, that's what his word is for. And that's what he did to me. But in Proverbs 18:24, it says, you know, I'm paraphrasing, I'm not using the exact words, but if you want friends, you have to show yourself friendly. You can't be, now, I will put this disclaimer thing on here. I love to stay at home. I could go weeks without talking to people and it doesn't bother me. I'm a homebody. I could stay home every day for 2 weeks and not leave the house and find stuff to do. I could. I'd probably go to Walmart once or twice, but you get what I mean. But you can't live your life that way and then be like, I don't have any friends. If you're not reaching out to people, hey, I love you, I'm praying for you. Hey, do you want to go to lunch? Hey, you want to run to Walmart with me? Something small. I mean, you don't have to plan an entire day of fun events. I mean, just do small things. Even if you don't ever go anywhere. I'm not big on going places. If we gonna eat, I'll go eat. Or if we gonna like Christmas stuff, I'll go for that. Or thrift stores. Anyways, I'm getting off track. But you have to put yourself out there if you want friends. And I know for some people that's very hard to do, because for me that's hard to do. But the closer you get to God, the more you're going to want to be with his people. That's just the truth. And I'm going to be honest with you. You may have to be a good friend to crappy people for a while. You know, that don't mean you go around boasting about yourself. This part I can't stand here when people are like, I have such a good heart. Listen, if you had such a good heart, you wouldn't have to tell everybody. Okay? That's how I feel about it. You don't have to tell everybody you've got a good heart. Okay? Show people you have a good heart. Okay? Show people you have a good heart. Are people going to take advantage of you? Absolutely. Are they going to do you wrong? For sure. I mean, that's just life. But don't not be a good friend because it's not being reciprocated. Now, do sometimes you need to cut people off because they're consuming you and taking advantage of you? Yes. But you can love them from a distance. Anyways. I'm not going to keep you very long today because I don't want to like go overboard and bore you, but be consistent with being a good friend. And if you find that you have been consistent with that and you don't feel like you have a friend where that is reciprocated, pray and ask God to send you somebody. I promise he will. I have been surrounded by good people, great people for many years. But I didn't ever really have that friend. You know what I'm talking about? The friend that helps bring you closer to God, but isn't so super spiritual that you can't have a normal conversation with them. You know what I'm saying? Someone that you don't have to explain a thing to, just, I need prayer. And someone who's supportive of all your silly little things. Okay? Someone who is a joy to be around. You know, a true friend in every aspect. And I didn't have that. I had people who loved and cared about me. I had people that would pray for me, but I didn't have that. And I prayed for it, and God sent exactly what I needed. And he'll do the same exact thing for you, because he ain't just going to do something for me and not do it for nobody else, because I guarantee you he did it for a whole lot of more people before he did it for me. So keep being good. Be a good friend. Pray for a good friend. Because, y'all, we're all in this together. We got to help each other, you know. That's what we got to do. Pray for discernment and godly wisdom. I love y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it so much. Like I said, in the description is the link to the written devotion, and there's also a link to my Facebook page where I share these videos. I share the written devotions, and I share all kinds of other stuff. Daily encouragement. Sometimes I post reels, just whatever floats my boat. All right. I love y'all. Thank you. Have a great day.